Davis home. He sent their 3 children to
piggies. This is our campsite in Mount Davis. That's our camper. We have all this. So guys, at first I was planning, you know, to make a whole bunch of different videos on where I'm at. I'm just gonna make it one big video of short little clips I made, and right now I'm in the Davis Mountains, and all them clips were me in the Davis Mountains, and I'm pretty sure some were in Fort Davis. But today, here in just a little bit, we're gonna leave. Dang, that's some big old deer turd. Holy crap. I was saying, today I'm going to go to Big Bend here in a little bit. And I'm going to put some clips along the, on the way, and some clips on like some hikes or whatever. I might not show any on my campsite there because some people over there looking at me. So I might not show any on my campsite there because we're gonna be like, it's gonna be in a little spot where there's gonna be campers like right by our camper and stuff. So I don't know if I'm gonna show that. But yeah. Whoa, I was walking into a tree. I'm sorry I ended that one clip weird. My dad came out because I saw some weird plant turd something over there, and yeah, I had to go check that out with my dad. What? Jackie.
What? Where's that pile of dung?
So, yeah.
Where's the pile of dung?
See you at Big Bend.
He whispers. It's been 6 months. Lay some tiles, plaster a wall, file their own. He stands out there for a
there, that's Mexico.
Thinks about how Sonia always used to nag at him to tidy the place up. Pot of potatoes. Realizing that his new working hours left 18 hours at a stretch. Perspiring, lonely, demolishing and rebuilding the only thing his parents had left him apart from the Saab and his father's, and was able to pull some strings to arrange an excellent quotation for Uwe. Uwe was skeptical on one occasion, but no one answered. He felt a quick stab of disappointment, but decided not to think about it.
Hear me.
At least when salesmen called from other glass in the window, he never confronted the suits, saw no purpose in it. But he wasn't going to move either.
Oh, in this beautiful canyon. It's pretty cool. There's people up there, but there's this cool canyon. It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. Okay, guys. I'm now in Big Bend. And the other clips when I was in the car. The last few ones. If y'all heard me say something, I couldn't quite figure out what it was. I was saying that was Mexico because we saw Mexico, and that won't be the last time we'll see Mexico in this trip. Pretty neat river. There's Mexico right there. That side is Mexico. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but yeah.
there by the
Jackass, you're going with me.
I'm right now at the window inside of the park. There's the edge. Wait. It's in, yeah, there's a red there. If you fell down there, it wouldn't be good. Okay, that last clip was me showing the end of the trail with the big drop off at the end called the window. And I just finished that. I'm waiting for everyone else to finish, my brother and my parents. And I'm sweaty. There's a horse. Wild horse.
sweet.
That could have been close. Oh!
So it was like 52 miles?
No, it's 26 miles.
Well, yeah, but like.
And we're
No.
Nearly.
No. No.
That was my.
Still 79 degrees. Feels what? About 114
Ah.
right here.
I nearly hit my head on the roof. Ow. That was almost my funny bone.
Chill.
Ow.
Oh, Mama. You know what this is here for? Not only for opening it, but you can people
Ow.
can put it down like this and put a straw in it.
Ow. Stop hitting me, door.
No, jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle.
all must get this big one.
There's a tree.
they have a good earthy taste.
I bet she's got a big old YouTube following.
Uva and Rune mostly just stood about in the parking area the whole evening, kicking the tires of their cars and comparing their load capacity, turning radius, and other significant matters. And that was all there was to it. Sonia's and Anita's bellies kept growing steadily, which, according to Rune, made Anita doolally in the brain. Apparently, he had to arguing with her and agreed to turn up the radiators by a half step. She started sweating again, and he had to run around and turn them back down again. She also ate bananas in such quantities that the people at the supermarket must have thought Uva had started to sue. The hormones are on the warpath, Rune said with an insightful nod during one of the nights when he and Uva sat in the outside space behind his house, while the women kept to Sonia and Uva's kitchen, talking about whatever it is women talk about.
Ow, my head.
Rune told him that the room and pretended to be watching television while she was doing it. In his innermost thoughts, he was worried about what it would be like once the child finally decided to come out. What if, for example, the kid disliked Uva because Uva was, and that was something. So when Anita came over in the evenings and sat in the kitchen with Sonia, talking about the agreed that they needed to get busy with something before, as Rune put it, the new neighbors start thinking there's some sort of monkey business going on in here. Uva agreed that it might be best to do as he said, and so it was. They didn't talk much while they were doing it, but they helped each other with the drawings and measuring the angles and ensuring that the corners were straight and properly done. And late one evening, when Anita and Sonia were in the 4th month, 2 light blue cribs were installed in the prepared nurseries of their row houses. We can sand it down and repaint it pink if we get a girl, mumbled Uva when he showed it to Sonia. Sonia put her arms around him and he felt his neck getting all wet with her tears. Completely irrational hormones.
Ow.
I want you to ask me to be... But I want to talk to you, Uva, she protests, and starts trying to force herself back inside. Uva waves his hands at her as if trying to scare her away by shaking an invisible rug in front of her. You saved a man's life at the train station yesterday. I want to interview you about it, she calls out excitedly. Clearly, she's about to say something else when she notices that she's lost Uva's attention. His gaze falls on something behind her.
That keeps in
His eyes turn to slits. I'll be damned, he mumbles. Yes, I'd like to ask you, she begins sincerely, but Uva has already squeezed past her and started running towards the white Skoda that's turned in by the parking area and started driving down towards the houses. The bespectacled woman is caught off guard when Uva charges forward and bangs on the window, and she throws the file of documents into her own face. The man in the white shirt, on the other hand, is quite unmoved. He rolls down the window.
Ow.
Yes, he asks. Vehicle traffic is prohibited in the residential area. Uva hisses and points at each of the houses. At the Skoda, at the man in the white shirt, and at the parking area. In this residence association, we park in the parking area. The man in the white shirt looks at the houses, then at the parking area, then at Uva. I have permission from the council to drive up to the houses, so I have to ask you to get out of the way. Would you be kind enough to get out of the way? He asks Uva. What are you doing here? Uva blurts out. That's nothing for you to worry yourself about, says the man in the white shirt in a monotone voice, as if he's a computer-generated voicemail message, letting Uva know that he's been placed in a telephone line. He puts the cigarette he's shaken out in his mouth and lights it. Uva breathes so heavily that his chest is pumping up and down under his jacket. The woman gathers up her papers and files and adjusts her glasses against the roof of the car. The man in the white shirt looks at the woman in the passenger seat and smiles resignedly. Then he turns to Uva again and speaks very slowly. As if otherwise Uva might not understand his words. It's not up to Anita to make that decision.
Ow.
It's up to the investigation team. Uva's breathing becomes even more strained. He can feel his pulse in his throat. You're not bringing this car into this area, he says through gritted teeth. His fists are clenched. His tone is pointed and threatening. But his opponent looks quite calm. He puts out the cigarette against the paintwork of the door and drops it on the ground. As if everything Uwe had said was nothing more than the inarticulate raving of a senile old man. "And what exactly are you going to do to stop me, Uwe?" His voice shaking with anger. "You swiped your card when you paid for your train ticket. I went through the receipts in the register," she says, and takes a few more steps back. "And him? How does he know my name?" Uwe roars and waves in the direction in which the Skoda went, the veins on his forehead bulging. "I don't know," she says. Towards his house. She calls out to him, but he doesn't react. The cat follows him into the hall. Uwe closes the door. Farther down the road, the man in the white shirt and the woman with glasses ring the doorbell of Anita and Rune's house. Uwe sinks onto the stool in his hall. The door was her idea. Uwe couldn't see the use of it. If they had to go anywhere, why not just take the Saab? But Sonia insisted that buses were a restaurant run by a man whose name, as Uwe understood it, was Schosse. It was spelled Jose, but it seemed people weren't too particular about pronunciation in Spain. Schosse couldn't speak any Swedish, but he was very interested in speaking anyway. Sonia had a little book in which she looked things out into the village. All the houses were made of stone, he noted. Many of them didn't appear to have thresholds under their front.
Okay, so the desert might have some long, tiring, hot days, and you get sunburns everywhere. But dude, the evenings are worth it, bro. I can't really show you much because I'm in an RV park full of RVs with people everywhere. But there's a guy going by and I don't want him to look at me. I'm just now getting all my texts and stuff because I just got on Wi-Fi. I'm not in here. I'm at RV park. But yeah, the evenings are worth it. I'm pretty sure those people are asleep. Wait. Look at that. Dude, it's beautiful out here. But yeah, that's just what I have to say. Moon, right there. There's the guy right there. Okay, well, on to the next clip, which will probably, I was planning on making a clip on when I'm about to go to bed tonight, but I don't know if I'll do that, but on to the next clip. Hi. So, yeah, I'm about to go to sleep, but yeah, if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. On to the next clip.
We got waters, and we might have some sanitary wipes.
That is pretty far down. It's kind of far down. It's pretty far down. Guys, I completely forgot to post this video. So, if you watched this far, thank you very much. I hope y'all enjoyed the video.